Imagine this. Tomorrow is your first day at work. You walk into the office, you have been asked to solve a complex problem and explain your solution to everyone. You know your subject, you know the theory. After all, you have spent nearly 16 years in schools and colleges. You should know how to handle this, right? But somehow you don't know what to say. Not because you are not intelligent, but because nobody ever taught you how to handle this moment. Now ask yourself, how did we get here? Let's go back nearly 16 years ago. You wake up early, go to school, attend thousands of classes, write hundreds of exams, complete countless assignments. Then college, more lectures, more exams, more assignments. Finally, you graduate, you receive your degree. Your family celebrates, you feel proud. It feels like you have finally become ready for life. If we have spent almost one fourth of your life in education, shouldn't we feel ready? Then why do moments like this feel so difficult? Why do so many of us feel unprepared when we step into the real world? Was the education system supposed to prepare us for a moment like this? Or have we misunderstood its purpose all along? Welcome to Xplainia, where we question the obvious. To answer that question, let me introduce you to two friends, Arjun and Kabir. They studied in the same college, attended the same lecture, prepared for the same exam, received the same degree. But their journey through college looked very different. For Arjun, the classroom was where learning happened. He attended every lecture, completed every assignment, prepared sincerely for every exam, and worked hard to build a strong academic foundation. Kabir also focused on his studies, but outside the classroom, whenever he got the opportunity, he traveled, not because traveling was simply about visiting the new places, but because every journey taught him something no classroom could. He met people from different cultures, learned to communicate with strangers, understood different perspectives, faced situations that never went according to the plan. Without even realizing it, every journey quietly made him more confident, more adaptable, more comfortable with uncertainty. In addition to this, Kabir also had one hobby. Not just something he enjoyed, but something he wanted to become genuinely good at it. Because a real hobby isn't just about passing time, it's about committing yourself to something day after day, year after year, until you become excellent at it. That journey quietly taught him lessons far beyond the hobby itself. And what were those lessons? Discipline, consistency, patience, the confidence that comes from mastering a skill through practice. Sometimes he failed, sometimes he succeeded, but every experience taught him something new. Now remember the situation we talked about at the beginning of this video. The first day at work, complex problem, the meeting. The person we met in the opening was Arjun. Now imagine Kabir standing in the same place. Would he know every answer? Probably not. But he already spent years communicating with new people, stepping outside his comfort zone, learning from failures, improving through practice, taking responsibilities, and that's the real difference. Now you might be thinking, does that mean education is not important? If that's what you are thinking, you are asking exactly the right question. Because the answer is absolutely not. In fact, that's where the biggest misunderstanding begins. Education is one of the greatest inventions humanity has ever created. But perhaps we have been expecting it to do something it was never designed to do. Imagine you are building a skyscraper. What is the very first thing engineer build? Not the walls, not the glass windows, not the top floor. They begin with the foundation. Because without a strong foundation, building anything else becomes incredibly difficult. Education works exactly the same way. It gives us the foundation, it teaches us how to read, how to write, how to think logically, how mathematics helps us solve problems, how science helps us understand the world, how history teaches us where we came from. But wait, would you live in that foundation? Of course not. A foundation is not built to be lived in. It's built to support everything that comes after it. A skyscraper becomes useful only when floors after floors is built on top of it. Those floors are your skills, your experiences, your communication, your confidence, your leadership, decision making, adaptability, responsibility, emotional intelligence, ability to keep learning. Education gives us foundation. Life asks us to build the rest. And that's exactly where the experience begins to matter. Traveling, building a meaningful hobby, meeting new people, taking responsibilities, stepping outside your comfort zone, learning from failures. These experiences build the floors that stand upon the foundation. No classroom can teach every conversation that you will have, every difficult decision you will make, every challenge you will face, or every mistake you will learn from. Those lessons can only be learned by living them. And perhaps that's the purpose of the education we have misunderstood all along. Education was never meant to build the entire skyscraper. It was meant to build the strongest possible foundation. So what happened to Arjun? Did he fail? Not at all. Just like every one of us, he learned. His later presentations became a little easier. His next challenges felt a little less intimidating. Every mistake taught him something new. Every responsibility made him more confident. Slowly, he started building the floors on the top of his foundation. And that's exactly what happened to Kabir too. The only difference was Kabir had started building those floors a little earlier. Remember the very first question we asked? Why didn't anyone teach me this? Maybe because no one could. So, if you are still in school or college, don't wait until life forces you to learn these lessons. Start building your skyscraper today. Learn from them because one day life will ask you to do all of these things. When that day comes, do you want to feel like Arjun or Kabir? The choice is yours. The best time to build the rest of your skyscraper is before life asks you to live in it. Thank you for watching. Stay curious. I will see you in the next one.